Liam, there's no doubt where that game was won and lost, the 20-minute spell where they scored 3 goals.
Yeah, of course. It was clear to see. I think the first 20 minutes, little unlike us. I think we've been so hard to beat, and said to the guys afterwards, our foundations are so much of our works, based on that. Having a good structure, being able to be in positions, second balls, playing, discipline back in mid-third, and shows you play against good, experienced players. If you get the margins wrong, you end up like we did 2-3-0 down, and then you're chasing the game. And hey, look, what we see second half is spirit, character, never say die, which is sums the lads up in terms of we know they'll fight right to the end, but obviously they have something to to defend, so they're going to sit in like that.
Goals that MK Dons conceded. Jamie Cumming, obviously, he's been absolutely faultless up to in every game he's played pretty much, and then the goal from the corner, and not much you can do about Barry Bannon and that ball over the keeper's head.
Yeah, look, the lads will know in there, and I'm not going to stand here and criticise anybody. They've been unbelievable. They've been terrific. The performances, the results that they've churned out for such a long period of time. You can have moments like we have tonight, and I think that's the the bit that I chirp on about all the time is around keeping emotionally stable, not getting too frustrated, not being overly hard. We have to, of course, reflect. We have to learn. We have to take the things that we need to be better at. But then we have to move on and get ready for Tuesday.
Scott Twine's goal had been a few minutes earlier. It would have been a real possibility of getting something out of that. Maybe just that goal was just too late.
Yeah, Lil, I thought we had some good chances second half. I thought Twine had another one earlier that put straight at the keeper. Connor hit the post. There was the one Hiram reverse to Troy, which I'm not sure he's expecting, was another really good opportunity. So we had some moments. We created some good chances, like you say, and arguably it could have been more than 10 minutes. That's probably the biggest frustration I think from me emotionally second half is just how the game was managed.
Mo Isa, obviously that's the defeat is difficult to take, but Mo Isa going off, that looked pretty serious.
Yeah, it's not looking great. I think we have to obviously have a look at it. He's obviously he's down in the changing room at the minute. He's obviously gutted, so we have to give it a little bit of time, see where he's at.
We talked this season about being a young team and they were kind of learning on the job, as it were, and haven't experienced too many defeats, certainly recently. And so, will your message be kind of just to bounce back, not dwell on it too much?
Yeah, you have to. And that's what's the great thing in this league. We're at the crunch end of the season, and hey, it's been the same throughout. You can't dwell on it. Of course, you have to take the learnings, the reflections, and some of the positives from it. And then we have to, we haven't got time. We've got to go again Tuesday. So it's me, it's the staff, it's the players. It's now about don't sit around feeling sorry for yourself. Channel the frustration, the disappointment, the emotion from tonight into performing on Tuesday.
Even with Troy's goal coming just before the break, it's a good time to score for you, isn't it?
Yeah, no, look, really good goal. Again, good finish from Troy. It was good time. It keeps you come out second half. If you're still in it to a certain extent. You can, especially if one of the Connors goes in as early as it was. It then gives you that extra momentum. So, hey, look, like I said, it's one of those evenings. Obviously, it's not gone the way we want, but like I said, we have to move on.
Hiram coming on caused a bit of chaos, I think, when he came on in the centre of the park then.
Yeah, after Hiram's not had the minutes. Obviously, he wanted this season. I can't speak highly enough of him as a person, as a professional. He's turns up, trains to his maximum every day, and you see it tonight. He's been so good in training last week that he deserved the minutes tonight, and he had a real good impact.
I know it'd be disappointed to lose, but obviously the undefeated streak comes to an end as well.
Yeah, it was probably always going to happen at some point, right? I think, and none of us like losing, but like I said, you also have a duty to the players to step back and see the bigger picture, and they've been unbelievable. When you look at the run we've been on, where we are, the teams we're competing against, the lads have been terrific. So, hey, it's our job now to get them ready to go again Tuesday.
How important was it for them to almost go down on their feet the way they did in the second half going into the next game? How important was it for them to kind of go down on their feet, as it were, just to keep fighting to the end ahead of your next game?
Yeah, I think it sums up the group. We've, I have to think back over the season. I don't remember any games that spring to mind around ever having to question attitude, character, drive, fight, and that it's so important that we have that and we keep that. Whether you're 3-0 up, 3-0 down, whatever it is, you have to show them same behaviours, that drive, that desire, that that never giving up. And again, it epitomises the group how they responded second half.
Obviously, Meister getting injured was a blow in the first place, but did it kind of affect your momentum in the second half? Because he ended up breaking the second half up quite a lot.
Yeah, it's obviously like a long delay. But paramount for get momentum is Mo's health. So we have to look after him and see how he is.
There was a kind of slowness to some of the stuff in the first half an hour, but were you happy with the response to that in general?
Yeah, I thought the start of the game is always a challenge. When you look at it in terms of feeling each other out a little bit. It's like the first round in boxing, right? You're trying to see how they set up, what they do, how they're pressing. And I think the most important thing is when you're doing that you stay in the game and you're hard to beat. And that was the bit, obviously, as the first half went on a little bit. We did some things that are really out of character for us. And I think you sort of saw at the end that they were flat out on their feet. So stay in the game, keep it level, run them like we did second half, and then if it means nicking something at the end, then you do it that way.
It was also a challenge as well to stay with the rhythm in the second half, where it became a bit more stop-start than it had necessarily been in the first.
Yeah, I think so. Look, and what they've got a really experienced senior group of players that have played at a really high level. Mustn't forget that. But at the same point, it's you get frustrated on the sideline with the officials for how they manage it. It's difficult. They can add the minutes on at the end, but they've got it's that appreciation on the momentum, and there was a lot of time taken, especially for the goalkeeper. That you're hoping that the officials understand that and manage it correctly, which didn't happen.
Have you seen many goals for or against similar to their third one?
There's numerous bits. When you concede a goal, you'll always look at yourself. What can you tweak? What can you change? It's a great strike, but there's a couple of aspects before that where I'm looking at it going, we could do better.
Also, when David Kazuma came on, I thought he did quite a lively display when he came on.
Yeah, David had a good impact. I was pleased with David when he came on.